During the daytime, Montgomery Boulevard seems like any street in any city. But come nightfall, there's a danger to anyone who drives down this corridor. This is what's going on at night on the streets of Albuquerque.
And every morning around 2:30, I'll hear the cars racing from the Pueblo.
Speeds of up to 100 miles per hour.
The roadways are not meant to be traveled at speeds that these guys are going.
All to see who wins.
Street racing is extremely dangerous.
Like a scene from a movie.
The Fast and the Furious is very much alive in Albuquerque.
For Deacon James Owens, the Fast and Furious cost his fellow priest his life.
And the abbot knocked on each of our doors at 12:20, and I knew immediately that something had happened to Graham.
Father Graham Golden was driving down this stretch of Coors back in May when police say a street racer crashed into his vehicle, killing him. This man is awaiting trial.
The next thing I can remember is we were here for the funeral, and his body was laid out in front of the altar, and then it just kind of all became one kind of big thing.
Golden's death is one of several that forced police in the metro to crack down on street racers. They have stepped up patrols, used helicopters, and went as far as taking out this ad, showing pictures of victims and pleading with people to stop racing.
Street racing is not just stupid, it's deadly. We see it every day. Innocent lives destroyed by reckless speeding on our streets.
Target 7 combed through court records and found in 2021, law enforcement in Bernalillo County issued 57 citations for drag racing, racing on highways, or what is called exhibition driving. We put every ticket on this map, and for the most part, police are catching what they call street racers on major corridors like Montgomery, similar to where Golden was killed.
They could care less if you stop them, give them a ticket.
Lieutenant Nick Wheeler oversees the Albuquerque Police Traffic Unit. He says it's difficult to catch street racers, and when they do,
nothing that we're doing is making them change their behaviors.
When people get tickets for speeding, they end up right here at Metropolitan Court. And Target 7 looked at the outcome of all 57 tickets issued by APD, the Sheriff's Office, and State Police.
And under the city code, it's a maximum 3 months in jail and a maximum $500 fine. Under state law, if it's on a state highway, the penalty could be up to a year in jail.
Our investigation found not once did someone do that time. Of the cases we looked at, 38% of the time officers did not show up to court and the ticket was thrown out. 16% of the time, the alleged street racer didn't show up and a warrant was issued for their arrest. 12 cases are still pending. And in the 19 cases in which the alleged street racer was found guilty, most of the time they received a $77 fine and were forced to take driving school. KOAT legal expert John Day says those statistics will not change behavior.
If a law doesn't have teeth in it, what's the point of enforcing that law?
We're not going to stop kids from street racing. There is no law that will do that.
Charlie Fagan is the owner of Sandia Speedway. It's right here where Fagan says serious and safe drivers are racing, and he has an idea that he thinks will save lives.
We need to educate them on the dangers of the vehicles they have with these high horsepower machines.
Fagan is suggesting that instead of judges sending alleged street racers to the usual road safety classes when they get a ticket for street racing, they send them instead to his professional driving class for racers.
You know, you go through, they teach you how to read stop signs, what a yield sign means, left turn, right turn, that kind of thing. But it really doesn't address nowhere the power of the machines.
But until then, traffic stops are not going to go away.
The reason I'm stopping is for drag racing.
APD Lieutenant Nick Wheeler says his officers will not stop trying. As far as not showing up for court, he says officers from most departments get punished if they have an unexcused absence.
It's frustrating. These guys, I understand they're inundated with calls for service, they're inundated with work, they're inundated with court, trying to balance overtime with family life, but the only way that we're going to make the street safer is if we start holding these people accountable.
Deacon Owens says he doesn't want the man who killed his friend to go to jail. He says he knows he made a mistake, like many young people with a fast car.
I guess we're all speeders in some way.
For Target 7, I'm John Cardinelli.